Yeah,
Yeah.
another thing I'd like to highlight once again is
Mm,
the fact that we have a non-Mosaic high priest. In other words, the Lord Jesus is not a high priest according to the law of Moses. If you're a Sabbatarian out there,
hmm
if you are keeping food laws or trying to keep food laws or trying to keep whatever system you think is
Yep.
relevant to you as a self-professed Christian,
Yes.
think of what I just said to you. Hebrews 7 is saying that Jesus explicitly, right, for the Levitical priesthood was based on the law of Moses. What further need then would there have been for someone like this Melchizedek,
Yes.
who obviously was a high priest already before the law,
Yep.
given at Sinai by God, obviously, to
Yep.
Moses. And then explicitly, verse 12, when the priesthood is changed, the law has been changed. This whole book, well, the theme of it is
Mhm.
to explain to us Christians, right, especially Gentiles who are not perhaps familiar with the Jewish system and with the Torah, with the law of Moses,
Mhm.
to explain to us, well, wait a minute, why are we calling this guy the Jewish Messiah if he's not even from the tribe of Levi according to
Right.
God's law? Well, guess what? God said, I'm changing it. Just astounds me that so many self-professed Christians, Anthony, would
Yes.
want to go back, as we always say, under the shadow of the law.
It's a great error, and I think we should bring up one of your favorite verses on this topic. That's First Corinthians 9. I, Paul, am a Christian and a Jew. I am not under the law of Moses. Now, I'm willing to be diplomatically under the law. I'll keep the Sabbath with you if it helps me to make contact with you. But I, Paul, who is a Christian apostle, a follower of Jesus, am not hyponomou. I am not under the law of Moses. I hope that's clear to people listening to us today, because some of you are insisting on being under the law of Moses. You don't want to do that. In fact, the book of Galatians is an absolute tirade, very powerful, against anybody who tries to go back under the law of Moses instead of going forward under the Torah of Messiah. And if you don't know what the Torah of Messiah means, you haven't really understood this. It means the teachings of Jesus, because the Torah of Moses is clearly the teachings of Moses. That covenant is finished. You're not going to be saved if you insist on the wrong covenant. So we must get this right and insist on the Torah of Messiah. So these are salvation issues on a grand scale.